Oh, yeah.
As the world is continuously developed, Vietnam is trying to catch up with the trends. Online learning percentage has increased approximately 40% in 17 years, from 2000 to 2017, and the number is expected to reach 50% by 2020. However, online learning in Vietnam has just become popular in recent years. Due to many reasons, it is not as widespread in Vietnam as in Western and Eastern countries. The motion today is online learning should be mandatory in secondary school. In this debate, both teams will have to elaborate both of e-learning's advantages and disadvantages. In the first round, the proposition team will speak first, followed by the opposition team. I would like the first speaker from the affirmative team to stand up, introduce yourself, and begin your speech.
So, hello everybody, my name is Kamang and I'm from the affirmative or proposition team. So I think that e-learning should be mandatory in secondary school because it is convenient. Firstly, it's very convenient for theoretical subjects like civic education, history, and geography. You can review it again and you can print it out instead of taking notes, very long notes every time. And if you don't prefer listening to teachers who makes long speeches at school, you can read it because it is better. And also it's very convenient for everyone else. First of all, is our parents. They can supervise their children learning and they can save more money for extra classes and extra tutors. Since Vietnamese people have many extra classes every day, so I think that e-learning is also a good way to stop spending much more money on those extra classes. And also parents can save their time so they can develop their careers, so they can have a higher life standards and they can develop our economic more. I think that it is also very convenient for students who have trouble listening to teacher because they are procrastinative, and the student who talk a lot in class also have problems because they distract other people, so this might stop this thing happening. It's also very nice because they can learn to manage their time more, and they can do more of their hobbies, and they can spend more time with their family instead of in school 6 to 8 hours every day. So thank you for listening. I've done my ideas.
Thank you. The next is the first speaker from the opposition team.
Hello, my name is Ha. I'm from the disagree team. I think that your point is right, but in sometimes they are wrong with a few things because that some students have need internet to connect with the subject to study, but sometimes that connection is too poor and they have to wait for it, and sometimes they need to reply things to help them, like Flash, that the iPad can help, and because that Vietnamese family mostly still poor, so they cannot really buy many technology tools for students for the children to use to access to the thing they need to learn. And with the teacher, we mostly they are previous generation, so so they can catch up with technology. They stick up with the traditional way. They always um, and even some teachers are not available with the technology every time. Um, and with the student that you said that always distract with the other student and the teacher, they also can be distracted with entertainment. So then when they even study, they still want to play, and with the parent and the teacher can control them so they can play games, and they need to have some self control, or not they will have or the family will have to think twice about the way of study, and they will have to start studying a school with their own subject and need to study with a computer on this century.
Thank you for your speech. And the proposition team, I would like to ask a question. In recent years, online learning has been showing no progress in Vietnam. Do you have any explanation for the failure?
Well, I think that the first reason to this failure is because it is not widespread yet, so not many people have known about this e-learning method. So parents may have time to get used to it, and the students also haven't gotten used to it. And I think it's just the first step. So if we develop this method of learning more, we can have have better ways to learn, and it is more convenient for students and parents.
Thank you. And the opposition team, online learning is financially beneficial and can save up to 40% of the tuition compared to traditional school. This is the main reason why parents choose online learning. Can you rebut on that point? Do you understand the question?
That means that they can learn they can study at home, like don't have to spend much time and money to go to school like that.
Repeat the question.
I will repeat the question. Online learning is financially beneficial and can save up to 40% of the tuition comparing to traditional school. This is the main reason why parents choose online learning. Can you rebuttal that point?
Thank you for your question. Even though that it have 40% that it help the parent with their own financial and help students save time and help parents to save their money, but there are some reasons why you shouldn't use them, because that like I said before, the internet technology is not really like you said before, the technology is not spread wide enough for us to know much, and also that we have always stick to the traditional way of learning. Our parents think that that way of learning will help us know more thing and help us to have friends, way to know more things about the world, and also that we can a student can know how to teamwork and know how to have the soft skill of the life to prepare the future. And that's all.
Thank you for your question, and that is the end for the first round. The second round, the opposition team will give their speech first, and followed by the opposition team. The first speaker from the opposition team, stand up, introduce yourself, and begin.
Hello everybody, I'm Sua. So the thing is, since with the learning should be mandatory in secondary schools. First I want to say that although it may avoid students cheating in the class, but students also can be cheating by research the answer in another page, and then they just copy and paste into their homework and the test. So parents and teachers will be lack of control, and they can control the students and children. So e-learning also requires self-discipline. Another point that I want to say that e-learning only requires some few qualified certificate, and if students who don't have this certificate, and then they will affect on their future career. Also, some universities don't accept the diploma on the e-learning, so I think the traditional way of learning will be the better choice for the learning right now.
Thank you, and the speaker from the opposition team, please stand up.
From the opposition team. So, as Zoom said, that when you take the test in the computer, we will have a copy problems, but we will make sure that it will have a machine to check that who have copied and who did it by themselves. And you said that about the certification. So this is just for some subjects, not every subject. So the certification is not required. I think that when you bring books to school, that may affect to the health, like you have the back problems because the books are too heavy. So if you just study at home, you don't need to bring books anymore, and you don't have many problems with your back. So that's all my ideas. Thank you.
I would like to emphasize both teams that online learning should be mandatory in secondary school, but only in some subjects. So most degree will still be acceptable and legal. So the proposition team, since the opposition team mentioned that the student can cheat by copy and paste the answer from internet, and also they can open multiple tasks online. So how to prevent cheating?
Anyone is possible.
So I think that because it's high technology nowadays, we can have machineries to check each sentence, that if it is copied online, or they have a program to open that doesn't allow open multitask and they should have an advisor online, like a webcam to check on if the student is opening book. Supervisor. And I think that's why we have the high technology for e-learning, and it is I think it points that e-learning doesn't should have a own program so it can prevent all those copying and cheating problems.
Thank you for your answer. This question is for both teams. Since not all subjects will apply online learning, which subjects are unsuitable to be taught online?
So, for my views, I think that most theoretical subjects should be applied online, like civic education, history, and geography. After studying school, you have like too many words, and you don't want to listen to your teachers because they're sleepy. So if you study in the internet and e-learning, they have like something like to encourage you to study it, and you find fun about it. So that's all my idea.
So the opposition team, please present your answer.
We have a point, but in my opinion, e-learning should not, any subject should not be mandatory in the school because some students who don't have condition to access to the internet and they will miss the lessons. So any subject won't have to be in the e-learning. Also, some subjects that requires like many theory and the knowledge also shouldn't be in the e-learning because I think that students who listening to the teachers and follow the teacher's instruction is the best way to learn because in the internet we cannot express and we cannot communicate easily to the students. Thank you.
So